Welcome back to Pitchside with Fundamentals, our weekly Premier League preview and review show.
Yeah,
It's been a break. We also have taken a break since it has been international
international break.
break. Yeah. So hope all are doing well. Hope all of you are have caught up with the weekend's football. I mean, the international breaks football and everything else associated.
And also lots of injuries in international.
Yeah, lots of injuries. Nothing serious though. Nobody is out. I think.
Mm.
But yeah, injuries are part and parcel of the game, so we can't do anything about it. So let's start with last weekend's game. How do you want to go, Shreyas?
We'll go order wise last week. What and all happened? I guess first game was City taking on Fulham, or was it the first game?
Let's just load it up here. Yeah, first was Aston
Aston
Villa
Villa.
versus Manchester United,
Yeah,
a game that could have been very have a
interesting.
different outcome
So
for
many set
Unai Emery.
pieces,
Yeah,
which were saved by both the keepers. It was an interesting game, and Rashford got lucky for not getting the second yellow.
yeah, it was an intentional foul.
Okay.
Yeah, so Rashford didn't pick up a second yellow, and a controversial second red card was avoided for United. However, the Bruno's red card was cancelled on second thought.
Yeah, and it was a boring game. United wanted this draw more than
Yeah, I
Villa, I
think
feel so.
yeah, but it didn't save per se. It didn't save Eric Ten Hag's job. The
Yeah.
rumor is still that 2 to 3 more games. Otherwise, Zinedine Zidane or Thomas Tuchel are waiting in the wings.
Thomas Tuchel is already appointed for England's job. I
It's
read
again
something.
rumors.
It's
It's a
again rumors.
rumors.
Okay.
So it is Zinedine Zidane, and you know what it is. Uh, uh, again, it is a crunch game week again for United. One bad result, again everything will change again, and a draw and two defeats is actually a bad week for United. Hopefully they bounce back this time around. So that was a boring game. Actually, they did have chances. Aston Villa had a very good open chances. Bruno Fernandes hit the bar once, but apart from that, it was a very cagey affair. United actually technically would have just played for the point and definitely got the point. Next game was Chelsea versus
Versus
Not.
Nottingham Forest.
That was a
Nottingham scored.
surprise game actually.
Yeah, they showed the fight.
Yeah.
Because Chelsea was a little high on confidence after scoring so many goals, all those things, and especially when their players now they're showing the attacking prowess. So Chelsea looks a threatening side to hold them 1-1. It's a good
Yeah,
going
away
season.
from home at Stamford Bridge,
Yeah.
all of us gave Chelsea an easy win there. But Nottingham Forest holding their own again through penalty. Mark Wood converting from the spot. I mean, he has also been prolific for fantasy football players. I mean, what a cheap buy, and he's been banging the goals. So Chelsea again, actually 2 points drop technically for Chelsea. Otherwise, they would have been in the mix for the top six position. But yeah, they are also showing signs of improvement. And then came the game of the week, which was Brighton versus Spurs. What a game! Spurs bossing it in the first half. I
Spurs
mean,
were leading. Yeah.
absolutely played Brighton off the park. And then Brighton came in the second half and returned the favor.
And that too in last 10 minutes they scored twice, I guess.
Yeah, so no. They finished coming back by 70th minute.
70th minute, yeah.
So then it was plain sailing. Spurs, yet again, another bottle job by them. Um, you never know. I mean, 2 goals away from home, they should have been defending sensibly, but unfortunately, Brighton played really well in the second half. First half, for the amount of chances that they conceded, second half they made up for it, and Spurs got absolutely smoked.
Brighton are that kind of a team. Means they are never out of the
No, they are ready to
competition.
change tactically. Middle
Yeah.
of the game, also they are ready to change. They are not like a stubborn or one-dimensional team where they know only one way to play. Because against Spurs, initially they were playing a high line, so the over-the-top balls. So that's what Spurs did. They just pinged the ball over the top, and on counters they scored 2 goals. And Brighton understood that that is a fault. You can't play against such a pacey Spurs team. You can't play that kind of football. They corrected that in the second half, and they didn't give Spurs or their players that space to play the ball over the top, and then Spurs were clueless as to what to do next. And yeah, so it just got absolutely horribly wrong for Ange Postecoglou. There are cries for his head also, but that I think was a little too early. But a poor game for from Spurs.
Now we finished the
Sunday's
fixtures.
fixtures.
Now going on to the
Saturday
Saturday ones.
fixture.
Liverpool toying Crystal Palace 1-0.
Toying, I wouldn't say. They just managed to scrape through
Yeah.
because all of us predicted, I think, easily 3 goals to Liverpool. Liverpool looking a side that is very unlike a Klopp side.
Yeah.
They are better
Honestly.
organized defensively than offensively, and they are ready to grind out that 1-0 result, and they don't go for it every time.
Yeah, so the defense is a little bit
Stronger.
than the Klopp generation. And coming into the next
Speaking
game,
of Klopp, he has betrayed his club, Borussia Dortmund, the club that gave him all the this thing, and he's going to become the director of football for the Red Bull group, a Red Bull group of clubs.
it's not a bit
No, but they are
betrayal.
rivals. They are
Okay.
rivals. Red Bull,
Salzburg.
no, not
No,
Salzburg.
Leipzig.
Leipzig and Dortmund are rivals. So no, it is considered betrayal. Fans are outraged, and you know what? There's nothing for certain in football. Money talks, bullshit walks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking of that, even Alex Ferguson got sacked.
Sacked.
This week.
I mean, that's okay. I mean, it has to happen some point in
Yeah.
time. I think the club should grow out of it. I think so. They are too much in that shadow, in that aura, because it is not good for the club. Because what happens is when you see him in and around, there's always going to be the manager, whoever is coming after him is going to get compared. And I feel that comparison is unfair because Ferguson had a long time to build his team.
That's unfair, and also the fans are also fanatic these days. They want
No,
to.
that is because of social media, everything is
Yeah.
hyped up and you can't do anything about it. That is the way of life now. But having said that, I think they should have, they should have. I am like, I don't know how this will come across, whether I'll come across as a person who hates Ferguson. The thing is, if you quit the club, I think you should leave the club. There's no point sticking around there as being somewhere involved within the club. It doesn't work. It doesn't, especially because of the stature that Ferguson was. And every manager, like when David Moyes came, every game there is this big shadow over him,
Yeah, yeah.
looking over him. So it doesn't look good. Same thing happened with every other manager that preceded after that. And in a way, I think it's the right direction that United are taking. Yeah.
And Arsenal just dominating at home 3-1.
Actually, Southampton taking the
lead, then they came back strong.
Yeah, they came back strong in the second half.
Saka two assists and a goal, and Havertz with a goal.
Goal, yeah.
So it was a rather, means we predicted it correctly. Arsenal helping Southampton.
I think so. We predicted a clean sheet. Maybe the prediction would have been,
Yeah,
I think,
spot on.
yeah, spot on.
Now going to this goals galore game.
Brentford versus Wolves. None of us predicted it to be a goal fest in that particular game.
And so many goals.
So many goals, yeah. Mbueno again in the goal sheet. Fabio Carvalho from
and 8 goals are scored by 8
different players, yeah. Cunha for Wolves. Actually, in the first, again, early goal by Brentford. In the second minute, they scored a goal.
This time
I think, yeah. So this was like, I think so, third or fourth game they are doing this. That early kickoff, that bright start, and putting the team under pressure. But fortunately, this time Wolves responded. They were 2-0 down.
It was 6 goals. They scored. I mean, each of the teams had scored 6 goals before the halftime itself. 4-2.
So it was a great game.
And everyone delivered, and it was an easy 3 points for Brentford. Brentford is going in right direction. Coming on to the next game,
Leicester finally getting the 3 points on the table.
Yeah.
At home at the King Power Stadium. It was 3 points well earned, I would say. They kept defensively, they kept their shape good. They played well against James Justin. Played well. He assisted for the goal. Facundo. So great start for Leicester in the Premier League. Welcome back to the Premier League. Finally a win in the game week 7. Then came for me the second game of the week, the brilliant game. Fulham giving a great fight to Manchester City. Manchester City actually being put to the test. Fulham taking the lead in the 26th minute with Andres Pereira. And putting pressure under then Mateo Kovacic with two brilliant strikes, bringing back
No one
Manchester.
thought that he would score goals.
Yeah, but having said that, up until the 30th or 35th minute, the amount of chances that Fulham had got, and especially
Yeah, actually, it was Fulham's game. Actually,
Adama Traore had so many chances. He failed to convert even one. Actually, they could have buried Manchester City at Etihad. Fulham showing that they are not a team to be taken lightly. They took it to the champions and they gave it to them. It is not like
yeah, it was a very difficult path for City.
yeah, and Haaland was kept quiet.
And to be honest, in this season, you can see City are not defensively that strong.
They are not that gelled. It is not, the team is not gelled.
Because they're conceding each and every game.
And now they have lost the spine in Rodrigo.
Yeah.
Rodri. So it is difficult for City. And De Bruyne also, the creativity is lacking. And but again, Bernardo Silva and Gundogan taking up the work there. City just about getting scraping through, but a good fight from Fulham, and Fulham can hold their heads up high and go away. They can take a lot of positives from that particular game and that particular performance against Man City.
Next up, hammered Ipswich. They got hammered.
Four different goal scorers. They are top 4 players actually. Mikel Antonio finally getting onto the score sheet. Kudus, Bowen, and Lewis Paqueta. So all of the top players coming to the party at the London Stadium, and again 3 points. Ipswich started well with the Delap scoring the equalizer, but nothing much could happen from there.
Yeah, it was a one-side train from there.
Yeah. I don't know. The next up, what the game which we had was Everton versus
it was
Newcastle.
A boring game, Everton.
But that is Sean Dyche for you, Dyche ball.
Even nowadays, Newcastle are also playing that kind of a football. They're not that exciting.
Again, without Isaac, there is no outlet for them. And Anthony Gordon coming back to Everton to the boost at Goodison Park. Pickford had a really good game. Couple of really great saves by Jordan Pickford. Keeping Everton in the game, and a valuable 1 point, I would say, considering the form that Everton are in. I think it is a valuable point against Newcastle.
Yeah, let's quickly see the table. Top of the table, it's Liverpool at 18 points, then City and Arsenal with 17 each. Relegation battle looks fun. Wolves with solo point, Wolves and Southampton. Crystal Palace 3 points, Ipswich 4, and it's a much needed victory for Leicester.
Leicester, that got them out of the relegation battle.
And we can see some red club.
Manchester United with just 8 points and lingering at 14th.
14th. But to be honest, there's a gap between the relegation zone and Manchester United. So they don't have to panic really.
I don't think so. They ever have to panic any which way, which is being over dramatic. But even Chelsea making it the way to the top 4.
And also Brighton with 12 points. Where is Brentford?
Brentford is 10th, 11th.
So the mid-table looks very much interesting actually.
Yeah, actually Spurs and Nottingham Forest, Fulham and Nottingham Forest are the surprise entries into the top 10.
And you never know, if United wins next 2, they can come into top 10 aram se.
Aram se, yes. Okay, so let's move into
the game week 8 fixtures.
Fixtures for the game week 8, and some interesting fixtures here. First up on Saturday is Spurs versus London. It's a London derby at Spurs versus West Ham. At Tottenham Stadium. It is a very difficult game to call. Spurs at home should be relatively better than
But West Ham, after hammering
Ipswich.
Ipswich, they will be high in the
Confidence.
confidence, and also they, I guess they are slightly high placed compared to Spurs in the table. So
No, I think Spurs are higher placed.
Spurs.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a means very what goal oriented game, and so we can see lot of goals in these games. I feel it will be a 2-2 draw.
I would also go for a 2-2 draw. I don't see both the teams. I see Spurs again struggling to keep a defensive shape, and also West Ham will also struggle to keep a defensive shape. Next up is a very interesting game.
Fulham
Both teams in-form teams. Fulham versus Aston Villa at Craven Cottage. Interesting game for Fulham because even though they didn't get any point out of Man City game, they would have taken a lot of courage out of it. The way they played, if only Adama Traore could find his finishing boots, they would have easily smoked Man City out of the park. Having said that, Aston Villa also coming off a nil-nil draw. They will also want to make a point that they'll also want to get back onto the getting all 3 points. They will not want to drop any points. So in that regard, I would say actually I would go with a Fulham win. I think Fulham will pip Aston Villa because it's at home at Craven Cottage.
Even I feel the same. I feel the
2-1 to
scoreline will be really close. 1 goal deficit it will be
2-1.
maximum, and it's going to be an interesting game.
Yeah.
Both the sides. And coming into the next picture, Ipswich taking on Everton
At Portman Road.
Yeah, it's a relegation battle already. You can see that.
Yes. So will the teams go for it?
Yeah.
Or will they play it safe and take 1 point off each other?
I feel they will go for it. Everton, after seeing the struggle what they did last season, they would be wanting to be in a safer side.
Yeah. So having said that, I would say, but I would still say I would give it to Ipswich. Everton, the boring football that they play don't inspire me.
I feel Everton will win it 2-0. Calvert-Lewin will score.
I will give it to Ipswich 1-0 to Ipswich. And moving forward,
United versus
Brentford. If Brentford start the way that they have been starting in the last 3 to 4 games, United will be in deep trouble. I don't think so. United will come back if they are a goal down or a 2 goals down. I think the shoulders will drop. The fans will turn on them.
In the past, also Brentford has shot United in United. So it's an interesting fixture.
Yeah. So Old Trafford is going to be a very nervous place for the players to be at. If they concede early, I think the fans will turn on them and the shoulders will drop. I think.
And we might also see Ten Hag getting sacked if this goes.
That's very difficult to say. It is also very harsh to sack him right away because I feel he should be given time till December and then you decide what happens.
Maybe. I feel Brentford will win it 2-1.
I would go for another draw. I would give 2-2 draw. United 2 and Brentford 2.
Okay. Next fixture, it's Newcastle taking on Brighton. I feel Brighton will dominate this game, and Brighton will win 3-1
at St. James's Park.
Yeah.
Okay. 3-1. I would go
because last fixture also they tend to they have the tendency to come back. So I feel Brighton will do good.
So at St. James's Park, I think Newcastle will win this 2-1 to Newcastle.
And also Joao Pedro is injured, I guess.
Yeah. So 2-1 to Newcastle.
Both are missing their
strikers. Southampton versus Leicester up next at St. Mary's Stadium.
This is also some sort
of a relegation battle. Yeah. I would agree.
Leicester, after winning that game last week, they would love to win
again.
This is an easy fixture. If you
I think they
other stronger teams.
It is not easy. It is an easy fixture for an observer from outside.
Yeah.
But for Leicester, I think this is a crucial fixture. Yeah.
So they would want to get the 3 points out of it. So they are safe.
And I think they will get the 3 points out of it. I think 2-0 to Leicester.
Even I feel Leicester will win. Southampton might score. I'll go with 3-1.
3-1 to
Leicester.
Leicester. Yeah. So final game on Saturday is Bournemouth.
Vitality Stadium.
Yeah, Bournemouth hosting Arsenal. Um, what do I say?
It's going to be a cakewalk for Arsenal, but although they have some injury
Yeah,
concerns,
I will give them a, I mean, rather safe 2-0. I would give them a 2-0.
Arsenal will dominate. Last time we had predicted 3-0, but it came out
3.
3-1. This time I'm still going with my gut feeling. They will dominate 3-0.
3-0. Okay. Coming up on Sunday, Wolves first game on Sunday is Wolves hosting Man City at Molineux.
This is a no-brainer. But last season, you remember Neto came out as surprise and won the winner 2-1.
Yeah.
They won.
Yeah.
So it's a no-brainer. City will win. And Wolves have considered the most in this.
What was his name? Chan. 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 Korean.
He Chan.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think it is too much for Wolves.
Yeah, it is too much for Wolves, and in 7 games they have considered 22 goals. So City will love to have a clean sheet.
Yeah, I would say 3-0 to City.
Yeah, City might get their long-awaited
clean sheet. Yes.
So
Fine.
it is a Haaland triple captain.
Yeah, I don't think so. Away from home, Haaland triple captain, I don't think is going to be sensible.
But City will drill Wolves. Coming on to the game of the week, Liverpool versus Chelsea. What do you think?
Again, a team that is scoring freely in Chelsea and a team that is defending really well in Liverpool. So it has always been the other way around. Yeah. Chelsea have been the more defensively better team, and Liverpool have been the more aggressive team. The roles have switched.
Because of the coaching styles also, and also both the managers are baldies. So it is again a battle between baldies.
It is going to be an interesting battle.
Yeah.
This is the first true test for Liverpool and for Chelsea. For both the teams, it is the first true test. I think the Liverpool's tough run of fixtures starts now.
Even Chelsea's tough run of fixtures
starts now. Until the next international break, it is going to be a really tough run of fixtures for both the teams. And I think it is going to be...
it's going to be an exciting game.
I hope it is going to be...
So many chances will be created.
Yes.
But I am rooting for Chelsea 2-1.
I think Liverpool will win. The quality or the more finished package that Liverpool are.
But if Liverpool wins, they will stay
top of the table. So there is incentive for Liverpool to play well. And for Chelsea, they'll break into the top 2, top 3 if they can. If Man City or Arsenal slip up, it is time for Chelsea to catch up.
And they have so many talents, just that they should gel and on it.
Actually, Chelsea, I think so. None of us put Chelsea in top 4. Yeah, and they are in 4th. So they are doing.
That's
really
because
well.
of good form for 2 players, especially Cole Palmer and the striker.
Jackson, Madueke finding form. So there are players who are playing well for Chelsea. Liverpool, on the other hand, have been finding difficult to score goals. Somehow they are getting a result. Luis Diaz has helped them out. Diogo Jota last game.
But Liverpool, you told that Liverpool's first means
real test,
but they faced United.
I mean, look at the table. You will understand what kind of quality they are being dealing with. So I think Liverpool for me, because they are a better defensive unit.
And also Liverpool, they turn out
big games. They know how to play well.
They know to.
They manage the big games well.
You mean Chelsea are a big team now?
I'm not saying no. Chelsea are not a big team. They are a big name. They're not a. I mean, they are still there to be a big team. But traditionally, you always look out for Chelsea game, right? You always look out for a United game, no matter what. It's
a very tricky game to predict, but so many English.
You're going with the Chelsea?
I'm going with Chelsea.
I'm going with Liverpool. I would say 3-2 to Liverpool. It'll be a goal. I am hoping for a goal fest.
I'm going for 2-1, or it will be a 2-2 draw. 2-1 Chelsea.
Chelsea. Okay. So
next fixture is Nottingham Forest taking on Crystal Palace.
Yeah, that is on Monday, right?
Yeah, that's on Monday. Yeah, that's on Monday.
Yeah.
That's late Monday.
Uh,
So it's going to be an interesting
Again,
game.
Nottingham Forest, amazing start. Crystal Palace, very poor start by their standards. Again, they will also want to get that 3 points off their back. Um, Nottingham Forest have been a surprise package, to be honest, to be in the top 10 position after the first 8 games. Has been a great achievement from them. Also for them, the tough run of fixture starts now.
I'm surprised that why are they getting this break? Why are they playing on?
So it is just scheduling. It is TV scheduling. So that is with the Premier League and everything.
Okay.
It is just got to do with the TV scheduling and everything.
Okay. And I feel Crystal Palace might pip Nottingham Forest this time around. And I'm going with 2-1 result.
Okay, first win for Crystal Palace. Okay, so wonderful. I will go with Nottingham Forest win. I would just think that Crystal Palace will still struggle. They are still yet to find.
And also
talisman.
defensively, they are not that.
Yeah,
tight.
yeah. Defensively, they are not that tight, and let us see how it goes. So that's it from us this week, guys. We'll catch you up next Thursday or Friday. We will stay notified. You will let us know what we can do better. Hope you like the show. Until next time, let's go fundamentals.